Hey guys, welcome to this week's episode of Mad Science! We are super excited today because we are going to make our very own Play-Doh. We're so excited. So all you need to make Play-Doh is stuff that you probably already have at home. You will need salt, you will need some flour, you will need, this one you might not have at home, it's cream of tartar. Super cheap, you can get it at Walmart. And some oil. So you could use vegetable oil, canola oil, whatever kind of oil you have, really, you could use it. Just needs to be an oil. And some water. So this one you definitely have to have an adult help you with because we have to cook it on the stove. So we are gonna move into the kitchen. You guys get your stuff together if you wanna do it with us, and we will meet you back in our kitchen and we will get started. Kitchen, and we have a bowl here, and we also have a pot set up on the stovetop. So we're going to start with the bowl, and Harley is going to dissolve the salt and the water together. So first you need 1.5 cups of water, which we already have measured out here. So you want to pour that in the bowl? 1.5 cups of water. All right. And then you're going to add in flour? 3/4 cups of salt. It's a lot of salt. So this is a 1 cup measure. And I have actually a 3/4 cup measure. It's hard to see on there, but it's there. If you don't have one of those, you can just use 1/4 cup 3 times. So we're gonna pour in 3/4 cups of salt. I have this big box of salt, so we have lots of salt.
That's probably why once I accidentally ate
3/4 cups of salt. All right, so pour that in the water.
Ew. That's probably why once I accidentally ate some Play-Doh, it tasted really salty.
Yeah. Okay, so now you're gonna stir this together and dissolve it. Give it a nice good stir.
That kind of.
Keep stirring.
I'm trying.
You want to try to dissolve that salt into the water. It's a lot of salt.
Kind of smells. It smells weird in here, but you guys can't smell it.
Yep. Smells like salty water.
Wait, can I see it? Ooh.
Ugh. Okay, keep stirring.
Looks like slush.
Keep stirring.
Smells like snow.
Smells like snow?
Yeah. Smell it.
You want me to stir some?
Yeah, it really smells like snow.
It's going to be kind of hard to dissolve because you have only half as much salt as you have water. So it'll probably take it a minute to dissolve. Sorry. So dissolve it the best you can. It doesn't have to be all the way dissolved.
And I'm going to start opening the flour.
Once you feel like it's most of the way dissolved, then you're going to move over to your pot on the stovetop. So I'm going to move this camera over here. There we go. All right, so now we're on the stovetop. We're gonna pour in the salt water. Try to make sure we get all that salt off the bottom that didn't quite dissolve. Pour it in there. Ugh. It's very salty.
Ew.
All right, and now we are going to add in 1.5 cups of flour.
Ew. We got some flowers.
All right, so we are gonna add in 1.5 cups of flour. So here's 1 cup going in the pot. And then we'll add in 1/2 cup.
Can I do it?
Yep, come over here. So you're at the pot.
Excuse me, Dixie.
Pour the 1/2 cup in there.
Oof.
All right. And then we're gonna add our cream of tartar. For that, you need 1 tablespoon. And that's this, the cream of tartar, 1 tablespoon.
Can I pour it in?
Mm-hmm.
You want to make sure to do it over the pot because
just in case you drop any.
spills.
All right, pour that in there.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, and then we are going to do 1.5 tablespoons of oil. So 1.5. I'm gonna pour this one just so I can measure it and not spill it. 1.5 tablespoons of oil. 1.5. I'm just gonna kind of eyeball it. Boop. All right. So now that we have all the ingredients in the pot, we're gonna start stirring. Another thing you can add is you could also put in a package of Kool-Aid, just the mix if you wanted to, and that just gives it another color and a nice flavor. We're just gonna put food coloring in ours to make it a color.
Can I mix it?
Yep. So I'm gonna let Harley go ahead and start mixing this stuff together. I'm gonna turn the heat on to medium, and we're just gonna start stirring.
It's kind of already getting a little tiny bit thick.
What color should we make it, Harley?
Pink.
Pink. Okay.
It looks like dough.
It should.
Is Play-Doh
I'm gonna put in
dough?
some pink food coloring. Maybe. Squares! I'm almost out of pink food coloring, it looks like.
Come on, shake it up.
Okay, there we go. Now we just have to stir.
Stir, stir, stir.
Stir, stir, stir. That it is starting to form into a ball of dough. So you'll see the edges on the outside of it will get kind of dry looking, and that is exactly what you want. So we are forming this into one big ball of dough, and then we will have to put it on the countertop to knead it out. So now we're moving over to our countertop, and we are going to put this warm Play-Doh right here. You might want to have your adult do this part first because it'll be kind of warm, but once they kind of work with it, it'll cool down a little bit. And this part is called kneading. So basically, you're just going to kind of push into your dough, just like if you were making some bread or some pizza crust. You'll kind of fold it over itself and use this bottom part of your hand, called the heel of your hand, and kind of push into it. And so we're just making sure that it's all incorporated together. Once you feel like it's not too hot for you to touch, then you can do that part.
This is a lot of Play-Doh.
You think it's too hot for you to touch, or would you like to try? You can also make it in bigger batches. So you could double this and keep it white until you get to this part, and then you could add color to it, so you could make multiple different colors.
It's a little too warm.
It's a little too warm still?
Yeah, but I can keep
So you can just let your adult helper do this part until it's cool enough for you to touch it.
Can I knead a little bit? Okay.
You want to knead a little bit, and I'll add a little bit more color to it, or we could put a part of it in half and make another color. Okay, so let's split it in half.
I want to do the one that has a different color. I want to knead
Okay.
that one.
So let's get a different color. Let's see what we
This is
got here.
hot. It's hot.
Hot.
Yeah, kind of. Oh. Oh, let me
Let's
choose.
do purple.
Okay. Yay, purple.
All right, so Harley wants to make hers a little bit more purple. So let's see, we're gonna flatten it out a little bit. This part might get a little messy. And we'll just put some purple right in the middle here.
Gonna roll your sleeves up.
And then you kind of fold it over and knead it, fold it over,
Mommy.
and you'll kind of work that color into it.
Oh, I see it.
See
It's
it
right
popping
here.
through? Okay, keep working it.
Oh,
Keep working it.
yeah.
Pretty cool.
Hot. Hot Monday. Freaking hot.
Let me do it.
So hot. No, I got it. I got it.
Good. This is a nice thing to do on a day where you might be a little frustrated. You can get some of your frustration out.
Smashing it.
Yeah. You can also put things like glitter or
Can we use
little
glitter?
foam beads in it, or really anything you want. Kind of like when you're making slime, except this is way easier to clean up than slime. But you can make it however you want it to look, which is super cool about making your own Play-Doh at home.
It won't make sense, so I'm gonna keep it this way.
And you can know that if you accidentally get some on your floor and you have a pet, or if you have a little sibling that sometimes picks things up off the floor and puts them in their mouth, that it's totally okay because it's all made with stuff that's edible in the kitchen. It won't taste very good, but it won't hurt anybody. So once you're done kneading it and getting your colors all worked in, you can store it in an airtight container, so like a plastic container that has a nice lid that fits on it really well, and it will last for up to like 3 months. So you have lots of Play-Doh that you can play with. And you made it all yourself, and it's super safe. Pretty cool. So we made it to the table with our super fun Play-Doh, and you can see Harley's is kind of like a nice light purple lavender color. So now you can play with it just like you would play with regular Play-Doh. So Harley's gonna cut some shapes out of hers. I'm gonna cut some shapes out of mine. Dixie's trying to figure out what in the world we have up here. But you can roll it out and cut it just like you can with regular Play-Doh.
Nice.
I have some super cool cookie cutters because you guys know Miss Brady really likes Halloween, and I really like skulls. So I'm gonna use one of my skull cookie cutters. And then these are cool because I can put a little face on them afterwards. Pretty cool. Let's see if I can show it to you guys. Ta-da! Trying to get it out of the light. So that's mine, and here's Harley's. She made a star. So have fun with your Play-Doh. Thanks for joining us, guys, and we'll see you next time on Mad Science! Bye, guys.